Bike that really, really impressed me this year and one that made me want to go ride more was that Top Fuel.
Yeah.
And it was I don't think it was the very base model, but it was like one step up from the base model. I think it was the 8. Gosh, for a 120, 130 aluminum, yeah, the brakes were kind of scary, but that bike, like for 120 mil out back, smoothed out so much terrain. It was just like awe-inspiring with that tiny little like monotube shock, like way overpressured. Still, like it just. If I look back and be like, oh, which bike would I ask back for? It'd be the Top Fuel. In a short travel category, I think trying to split like we talked. That is my trail category bike from 120 to 160, let's call it. And then you go into the modularity. You can upstroke it. You can do all these different things. You can mold it. You can get a carbon one. You can spend $3,000 or you can spend $12,000. I think it has a huge variety of riders that it suits. And I think if you've never ridden a true short travel trail bike, you start to realize like, oh, I actually like this is a lot more fun than my enduro bike on my local trails, because you're like riding maybe greens or blues that you're not always wanting to go on a big travel bike because there's that one punchy climb or one uphill rock garden that you're like, nah, I'm good. Whereas this, it's like you can do everything. Yeah, it's not going to handle the big stuff as well, but like we have I think it's like a 35 by 15 foot step down. Rode that totally fine, hit the big jumps, did the big like compression trails, albeit terrifying with I think there were levels on the brakes. Like, no, that's the one thing I want to upgrade. But yeah, just really fun aluminum.
Yeah.
Like,
man, I want to chime in and sorry, go for it.
Go for it. No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say just a reminder that don't do as we do. 35 by 15 foot drop on the Top Fuel is not good. Sometimes it doesn't.
Landing.
Sometimes it doesn't end well. Ask me how I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think definitely don't ride big free ride hits on a Top Fuel, and in general, just pay attention to what bike you've got and what's appropriate to ride on it.
But if you wanted to, it's not going to hold you back.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a fine line between like underbiking
and way underbiking.
Underbiking is like, okay, I get it, but if you're like habitually underbiking, then you're just asking for a problem. Yeah. And there's a fine line to walk.
For sure. And that's not where I had the most fun on that bike,
yes,
right?
Yeah. But it didn't stop you from hitting it, which some bikes in that travel category, you're like, yeah, no, this isn't the bike for it. So it speaks to the capabilities of the machine.
Very impressed with that build. The tires were amazing. Wheels stayed straight.
Yeah.
The shock started to complain after a few months, but
I think like as you were talking about it, I just started kind of going through my head of like Trek's having kind of a fire year in terms of their product, right? Like I know there's cycles and brands kind of ebb and flow of where they're at the front of the line and then their like stuff's a little bit in need of a refresh. I feel like this year Trek has, and even to some extent some of their models from last year, dude, they've got some amazing bikes right now. I mean, the Fuel Plus LX, which just won our choice for mid-power e-bike of the year. The Rail was one of your top picks in the full power. Yep. We have the Fuel, the analog Fuel, which is a very, very fun and capable bike. Yeah, I mean, I was like, man, is Trek like the brand of the year right now? But then I thought, okay, well, let's think about all of Specialized's cool bikes. And then I was like, what about Pivot's cool bikes? What about Norco? And then I started realizing, like, holy moly, there are so many brands that have really good bikes and entire bike lines, not just one model. And kind of got me back to our last episode where we were just talking about how tough the bike industry is right now. And I'm like, man, there's a lot of competition. There's not a lot of brands that are just like failing, like in terms of making a bad product, right? Like there's a lot of good bikes out there.